Business is fun. It's hard. It's a game. It's a lot of testing and trial and error. But the worst thing you could do is hire a bookkeeper that specializes in agencies or real estate. And make sure you work with a bookkeeper like EcomBalance that knows e-commerce bookkeeping, and it's a very specific niche, and you want someone with experience. Where are you actually making money? What is worth your time? What is worth hiring people for? And the only way you can intelligently make those decisions is with clean bookkeeping. So I think you have to understand your numbers. You have to understand your margins, and you have to be willing to make the tough decisions.
Hello and welcome to Seller Assistant Talks. I'm Oleg Kuzmenkov, the founder of Seller Assistant. Our tool designed for searching products for online arbitrage and wholesale on Amazon. We help thousands customers to grow their Amazon business. In this podcast, we dive in the world of selling on Amazon. Here we share tips, insights, and bring niche experts to help you grow your business on Amazon. Today's episode is an exciting one as we have a special guest who our new partner and join us today. I'm happy to introduce you our guest, Nathan Hirsch. He is a seasoned entrepreneur and well-known figure in Amazon community. He started his journey selling textbooks on Amazon and has sold over $30 million. Nathan also founded EcomBalance. EcomBalance is bookkeeping services for Amazon sellers and agencies. Recently, Nathan and Seller Assistant has partnered, so we bring even more value to our customers. Hi, Nathan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to hear you on my podcast. And by the way, I was impressed by your journey about your podcasting experiences. So I decided to start my own podcast and start working as a guest to different podcasts as you did.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You said it's your first podcast, so welcome to the first podcast in English, I should say. So yeah, you got this. I'm rooting for you.
Great. So Nathan, let me ask you a few questions about your experience. What is your background and how your business support Amazon sellers on their journey?
Yeah, so I was a big e-commerce seller. I started selling in 2008. From 2008 to 2016, I sold about 25 million on Amazon. I got in during the really early days, and as Amazon started to blow up, I started to build service businesses for Amazon sellers. I built a marketplace called FreeUp, where people could hire e-commerce VAs and freelancers. And that company was acquired in 2019. And more recently, we launched EcomBalance, a monthly bookkeeping service for e-commerce sellers, Amazon sellers, Shopify sellers, all of that. And I mean, bookkeeping is always something that has been important to my success. During the early years of the Amazon business, I ignored bookkeeping like most sellers. And by the end of it, I realized how important it was. And when we started FreeUp, hiring a bookkeeper from day one ended up being one of the best business decisions we ever made, helped us sell the company, make good decisions. So not only anytime I start a company, I hire a bookkeeper from day one, I also offer monthly bookkeeping to other e-commerce sellers and even e-commerce service providers.
I had the same problem with bookkeeping as well. So finally, I found a bookkeeper who know my niche and how to work with it. It's true. It's very important to have a great bookkeeper from the start. Even if you e-com seller, it's very specific niche. Speaking about Amazon, even more specific. So you need to hire professional from the first day of your business, right?
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing you could do is hire a bookkeeper that specializes in agencies or real estate and have them do your e-commerce bookkeeping. We just got a client who had a bookkeeper that didn't know e-commerce, and their books were a complete mess. There was a lot that goes into e-commerce bookkeeping, from the different fees and breakdown to connecting tools that connect from QuickBooks to the marketplaces to inventory and cost of goods sold. So make sure you work with a bookkeeper like EcomBalance that knows e-commerce bookkeeping. And every bookkeeper that we hire has a background doing e-commerce bookkeeping. It's a very specific niche, and you want someone with experience.
How do you view our partnership? EcomBalance and Seller Assistant app now partners, and how can we work together to better support Amazon sellers?
I'm always talking to e-commerce sellers. I'm always talking to my different clients, and I'm always interested what tools are they're using. And Seller Assistant kept coming up in conversation. So someone on my team, maybe it was me a while ago, just reached out, and we're always looking to connect with other good companies in the space, people that don't do exactly what we do, but have the same values that we do. They care about customers. They love e-commerce. They stay up to date on what's going on in e-commerce, and they have an actual value add for e-commerce sellers. So whenever we find a partner like that, we like to add them to our partner directory. We do different guest swaps, getting your content in front of our audience because we know how valuable that is, and vice versa. And I'm excited to see what else we can do together over the next few years.
Yeah, I believe EcomBalance and Seller Assistant make our customers focus on the business, not on bookkeeping and etc. And it's very important to be focused on business.
Yeah, and the best sellers, they have a bookkeeper doing the books in QuickBooks, and then they also have different tools like Seller Assistant that they're doing on top of the bookkeeping. So it's a good setup to have both.
Next question about trends you see from your perspective. What trends are you noticing or hearing from sellers you work with?
I mean, Amazon's getting harder, right? I mean, from increased fees to more competition to manufacturers in China coming off with knockoffs. There's a lot of stuff going against you. And that's why, as an e-commerce seller, you have to understand your numbers. You have to understand your margins, and you have to be willing to make the tough decisions. If a product isn't profitable or you can't make a brand work, you have to be able to focus on what's working. And with a lot of multi-channel sellers now, people selling on Walmart or Amazon UK, Amazon Japan, it becomes even more important to know, where are you actually making money? What is worth your time? What is worth hiring people for? And the only way you can intelligently make those decisions is with clean bookkeeping. So I think more than ever, with pinching margins and everything going on in the Amazon space, sellers that have strong bookkeeping, that are going through their numbers every single month and making decisions based on what the numbers are telling them, not just making them based off gut, not just making them based on looking at the sales top line number. Those are the sellers that are having success long term.
I hear from sellers that they have big numbers in their spreadsheets, like the sales are great, but with the profit, by the end of the year, they found that they earn not so much. And that's the problem. I believe EcomBalance can help sellers better understand their numbers and make decisions, right?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to having clean books. You can get funding, you can get investment, you can sell your company down the line, but most sellers don't get to that point. The real benefit is good decision making every single month that helps you grow your business. And that's what clean bookkeeping allows you to do.
Yeah. For me, it's very important to get a report from my bookkeeper and analyze numbers and decide what to do next and how can I grow? Can I do this or this? And if I need to choose the thing to focus on, I know the numbers, and it's helped me to make better decisions. The next question about your achievements. What are you proud of? What is your recent achievement you're proud of? And what is your plans for this year, maybe next year, maybe next 5 years?
Yeah, so I mean, we exited FreeUp in 2019, so that was kind of my big achievement, and that was life changing. I was able to buy a second house and have financial freedom going forward, and really treat business as a game where I can try different things and not be as afraid of failing. And I mean, now my partner and I, we own a bunch of different companies. We have EcomBalance, we have our sister company AccountsBalance, a bookkeeping service for non-e-commerce sellers. We have True SEO, an SEO business, and we have an outsource school, which teaches people how to hire. So we have a bunch of stuff going on. We have our own personal sites. We put a lot of effort into growing our personal brands and using our personal brands and reputation to get clients for these different businesses. And over the next few years, we want to keep adding businesses to our portfolio and increase just our brand awareness. We want to have 500,000 followers on social media and just continue to grow our community. So that's what I'm focused on business-wise. Personal-wise, I'm a new dad, so that's exciting, and trying to be the best dad I can be. And business is fun. It's hard. It's a game. It's a lot of testing and trial and error, but I have a great partner and some great teams, and I'm excited to keep growing them.
Thank you so much, Nathan, for joining us today and sharing your insights. It's been a pleasure to meet you today in person. So thank you everyone who joined us today. And if you're interested to visit and check the Nathan's website, the link in the description. Thank you for everyone who joined us today. If you like this episode, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. We will answer to everyone. Stay tuned for more episodes where we bring more experts and share more tips for your success on Amazon. And do not forget to visit sellerassistant.app website for tool for your success on Amazon. Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.